We're back with another GT Sport video. It's the FIA Nations Cup from the weekend. We managed to have an absolutely fantastic race. It was great fun. It was in Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit. That was 12 laps in sports hard tyres in the Honda Integra Type R 98. So again, the same process I went through. A bit of practice. Obviously, there's a bit of free time at the moment, so yeah, a bit of practice, and went in, did my qualifying, managed to get a clean, clear lap. Probably not as fast as I could have gone, but we'll see where we qualified. So, smug mode well activated, sitting in pole position there, with the gold mirrors and gold wing at the back. So 9th highest ranked driver in the room. And again, the long intro for the FIA races that lets you see all the liveries. There's an interesting Shell one right there in the background. We'll see that in a second. And that's a Starship Enterprise there. Yeah, there's a Shell one. Looks like a tribute livery, but I'm not sure. Spoon Sports livery. Anyway, I hope you're all safe and well. We're looking after each other. It's the second video I'm putting on tonight. It's a bit easier to do a live stream in the GT Sport ones. Because the idea is just to get them up as quickly as possible. So this is quite an interesting race. Let's see what your opinion is of what happens on the first corner, just so you know what's coming. And I don't like to cast aspersions on anyone, but some of the things that people say online, I've got two Spanish drivers right behind me at the start of this race. So this is the highest lobby again that I've been in so far, in the rebuild of the driver rating. We're well into the C lobby area now, and we just want to protect it. So this one had a false start, so you can see the lights. We'll just set up the replay options while we're waiting for this. And a variable camera. So, here we go. Get to the replay cams. So, we're accelerating into the first corner. We have to brake a little bit earlier, but we're still maintaining the speed, and we get knocked off the track at the first corner, bashed a couple of times there, and I get a half-second penalty for track limits. How dodgy. So again, they almost try and wipe each other out, and I'm just a walking time bomb here. I hope the pack splits up a little bit by the time I have to serve my penalty, and I need to be on it. I'm a little bit flustered. I'm not used to driving from the front, but your boy got pole. So it turned out this race was no pit stops. The car is actually quite kind to its tyres. I think it's only an N200. But a good handling car. And one of the ideas is to try and keep it revving as much as possible. And I'm just trying to keep it together here. I'm not getting any space from the car behind, which there's nothing wrong with that. And I just clipped the grass. What a disaster. So there's my first lap mistake. I almost take this guy out, but I managed to avoid him and go wide a little bit further. Then I have to serve my half-second penalty. So we've gone from first down to fifth. So I really got away with that there. So once again the fight is on to climb back up into the rankings. So a bit of dirty driving, an undeserved penalty, and a very unfortunate mistake. I was right on the edge, and it's put me right on the back foot here. So now what I want to try and do is split the pack. I need to push this lot forward if I can, or get through them, because I don't want 5th place hanging on to me and getting the slipstream. And we are seeing some rash driving at some parts in the field, but it's a totally different race being in the front, or in the front group, and that's where I want to stay. Unfortunately, the driver in first place is breaking away from this pack, and I know I can drive faster than my quali lap, and therefore even faster than he can, because I think he was in 3rd place. So I'm kind of gutted at the moment. I can't bridge the gap, but we have made a split from the cars behind. Still wearing my Pepsi overalls, but you won't get to see the lads in this stream today. This was a straight out fight till the end. Luckily, most of the fighting's going on behind me. The physical type, anyway. So at this point we've got good pace. Still being frustrated. I can't help feeling that I'm being held up here. Even with the extra fuel on board. But maybe now, because I was the guy that was on pole, they're wary of me. And the cars behind, it looks as though there's a pretty clean split from the cars behind. And I kind of overshoot that. I don't want to go that wide. Or at least not the way that I did there, but I managed to hold it together here and get a little benefit coming into this corner here. And brake a little bit earlier and try and take a tighter line and try and accelerate all the way up the hill. There's a momentary pause in the acceleration profile when you hit the peak of that hill. If you get your foot on the pedal just right, you get through it without the little pause in acceleration. And again, as with all my GT Sport videos, I'm using the G29, Logitech G29, and the Wheelstand Pro, and a comfy chair. I hope you're enjoying the content. It was good for me to be racing up at the front to see what it feels like, and it was frustrating because I got wiped out in the first corner, but we moved past that. I didn't give up. I wasn't driving angry. I just knew that I could outpace these guys, so I just had to make my opportunities count. Loads of mayhem going on in the background. So glad we didn't get sucked into that group. It was the one with the USS Enterprise liveries making a comeback and trying to join the group here. We'll change the cam for a second. So you can see the silver Integra behind. I'm coming into the first corner. So it's good to get tight on there and get through the gears, get up the gears as quickly as possible. Brake before the bridge. The 3rd gear in this car. You can go into 2nd gear, but 3rd gear does give you an advantage coming down the hill. Early on the brakes, take a nice shape, get on the power, try not to be too ragged on the exit, because the car's not the most powerful. It does affect the performance if you get too far on the rumble strips, even if it's still legal. So again, trying to get the inside line here, and the accelerator doesn't pause on the very inside line, so there must be a slightly different rate to the incline there. This has turned into a track guide, people. So we're racing with, I believe it was our aggressor in turn 1 in the first lap. Now we're not going to reduce to any level here, but we'll be bold when the time comes. And as is sometimes the case, the guy's quite quick. He can hold a lap together, so he doesn't need to be driving into people in the first lap. And we're trying to get a better exit out of that corner than he did. And this corner, I was dropping down to third gear. Might not have been the best choice, but it worked there. So it's really difficult to get past at certain sections of the track. We'll see what happens here. So I had to let him go, because if he's on the inside he'll just wipe me right out, but he wipes himself out. Has another look. He is close, and I let him cut in because I know he's just going to go straight to the rumble strip, but he doesn't quite make it. There's a little bit of contact there. And again, I'm going to have to concede because he's on the inside and he is going to bash me offline. But he makes a mess of it because I'm not there for him to hit. And I get a little bit more advantage coming in here. So I'm trying to be as smooth as possible. I know that his driving's really erratic. He decides not to mess around at that point. I got the drop on him, I got out of the corner faster. And now obviously a little bit tense, thinking is he going to try and pat me off going into the braking zone, but you don't have to slow down that much, so he didn't have that much of an opportunity really. We've got a casualty at the rear there. And now we really just want to get on and get past second place. As you can see there, the tyre wear is absolutely fine. The fuel's fine. We've done nearly half the race. And I am catching second place, who I was behind at one point. I was just trying to keep forward motion as much as possible. Don't want the car to wash out too much. Try and get any sort of small benefit from the slipstream. And get back in onto the apex of this corner again. So we'll see how close we are. Again, third gear going out in the corner. And we can see our friend in the background there. I'll lose control a little bit there, which gives him another route into the race again. So you can see he's right behind me again. Now the guys were all fast, so it was a tough race. I go defensive and realise that he might have the drop on me here, so as we go across this corner, I'm thinking about blocking on the inside. But I've got the gap. So I just do my normal line, trying to maximise the corner speed. And same there, getting myself back up into fourth gear as early as I can. There was some really good tight racing. It's a pity about the contact at the start, but I don't know if I would have won the race. So still chasing the front pack, but first place is away in the distance now. So really this is the battle for second place now. We're halfway through the race. And Brands Hatch is a pretty good track. I do enjoy going around it. I don't know if it's my number one track, but I know where the corners are. And really it was just about trying to keep my composure. I was getting quite a lot of heat from behind. But putting in a personal best in the first sector there. And there's a wayward exit from the corner behind me. So we're into second place. We do start closing the gap here. Unfortunately you can't see the timing screens, but he's only a couple of turns away from me at the moment, literally. You can see it on the map. So I just want to get the hammer down now, maintain that gap behind me. They can come along for the ride if they want, but I want to try and put some pressure on first place. He definitely benefited from the first lap incident and managed to survive the first corner incident, and then he managed to survive the second corner incident as well. So there's my personal best on this race so far, and that's in lap 8, so it just shows you how close the racing's been. I'm just changing the race strategy a little bit from my point of view, trying not to be, just trying to think about what's going to maximise my performance in a race and try and stick to it, rather than getting caught up in needless fights. There is some excitement about to happen at the moment. We've got the car behind us who'd come from 16th place, seems to have left everyone in his wake, and he's hunting me down. I think it was 15th or 16th. So we're about to have some fun. So 4.5 laps to go. And we've got the Italian chasing us down. We can feel him breathing down our neck as we're driving around here, just trying to maintain my shapes in the corners and hit all my braking points. Tyres still pretty good. Front left starting to get a little bit more wear on it. We're almost down to half tank fuel as well, so the car's feeling pretty good. And another personal best. So I'm really happy with that at the moment, but I'm still a second off my qualifying time, so I put in a 150. So I'm wondering where that's gone. And now I'm under pressure after putting in a personal best. I'm now under pressure from the car behind. So we'll see how this pans out. Lap 9 of 12. Presenting the car, letting me see where he is on the outside or the inside, just showing where he is and that he's keen to get past. He gets a better run out of this corner than I do. So I hug the inside there over the apex of the corner so as not to make a ridiculous move across the track. And I just let him see it. I can only defend it so much. I get a bit of contact there. I managed to resist any sideways motion. And this one here, again, really close. And this one here, I thought I could have got wiped out there, really. I'm starting to get a little bit dangerous. I thought I was going to get hit off the track here at some point. So I stick to the inside. I get some more contact. And he goes a bit wild round the outside, but he manages to hold on to it, so kudos to him for that. I keep the wide line here because he's far enough behind me. I know he's not going to be able to stick one up the inside at this point, or else he won't hit the corner. So again, I'm a little bit wide. The tyres are getting a little bit worn. It's the start of lap 10 out of 12. I actually flashed my indicators there to say thanks for not knocking me off the track. And again we come down here, not going too defensive, not at that point. Again, he was just far enough behind me for me not to get too worried, but I'm under a ton of pressure here. The gap's growing to the cars behind. We are getting closer to the car in front. There's only one turn between us now. But yeah, I'm coming under increasing amounts of pressure. So again, I move over to the left, sorry, the right, because that's the inside for the corner coming up, and I let him slipstream. He's not happy with it, he's getting frustrated, and I just brake a little bit more and let him through. Goes flying wildly off the track, but manages to hold on to it. And I get through on the inside there. There's a tiny bit of a paint rub, but he kept on the track, he's right behind me, so there was nothing untoward there. I had nowhere to go but to turn tighter than he did. So he's back on the chase again, I'm under pressure again. We're about to start lap 11. No more penalties. I'm staying on the inside here again, because I'm just not giving him that gap to go into on the inside. So I'm sitting on the inside here as well. I'm giving him every opportunity he needs to go around, take the better line for the first corner. I don't want him coming up the inside. So again, brake nice and early, get round on the apex. He manages to take a wider line and get around the apex, but I'm already back on the power going up the hill. And we brake and get into third gear. He goes round the outside and makes contact with me about 3 or 4 times. Then at this point, he makes contact with me and pushes me off the side of the road to force his way past. So, thumped twice in one race, but in general it was a better lobby. I wasn't happy about that, but he was faster than I was. I would have rather had another fight for the next 2 laps, to be honest, than got pushed aside like that. But I'm glad I managed to keep a hold of it, and I stick all over the back of him again. Let me just see how much faster he is. Again, I'm sure I can get myself in there. He's just maintaining the gap, really. So we're running out of turns. So we just keep it neat and tidy, try and go as fast as we can on the tyres we've got left. And I mean, I was really surprised. The car was feeling a little bit wayward at a couple of points in the race, but I was really surprised at how well it put up with the tyres and how well the car handled. Really enjoyed the race. If you're enjoying the content, like and subscribe. This is my quest for a higher DR rating to try and compete with some of the more famous or more skilled drivers out there. It's always a good challenge and to set goals. So we're trying really hard to keep with this guy now, but now we can kind of see why he's pushed us off the track, because I was clearly holding him up. My lap times are dropping slightly, although the last lap doesn't really count because of his shoulder barge, but yeah, he is faster. I can kind of keep with him, but I'd rather take the third place and get on the podium in the most difficult room I've been in on my new quest. It's amazing how much faster you can go when the races are cleaner. Yeah, so at this point I've just got my fingers crossed, waiting for a mistake. Hopefully he's going to just, you know, go off on the grass and have a big spin, like I did. But no, unfortunately he's just as consistent as I am at this point. And, you know, apart from the thump, it was a well-deserved second place, I suppose. He was faster than me. Another flash of the lights, just in case I could put him off going into the braking zone. And the indicators on, flashing lights. And third place. So I hope you enjoyed that. I really did. So the lesson is, if you're going to do a race online, have a practice and don't knock people off the circuit, and you'll get decent rooms to race in. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the content, and there's more on the way at the end of this week, and some of the other content that I'm producing at the moment, or putting up at the moment, is coming as well. Everyone stay safe, look after each other, and get yourself ready for Christmas. Bye.